In the relay race, final person is the getting the credit. That is right. What you said. Yes, yes. Sri Tathagata Satpathy, very briefly, Satpathy.
No, sir, I need a little bit of time. Please, sir, 4 hours.
Many members.
Biju Janata Dal, my leader, Shri Naveen Patnaik, and all of us who are his followers, we support the GST bill. Please note. It seemed like, at one point of time, as if this one piece of legislation in recent times at least, it seemed like this one piece of legislation shook the very foundations of democracy in India. It made people question the very need of the existence of parliament in our country. While joining the crowd, the ruling and the non-ruling, because there is no opposition today, I convey the support of the Biju Janata Dal, and I reassert we support this GST. Our people, swayed by the loud screeching sounds of the media, and the media probably swayed by the louder sounds of its rich owners, and to some extent their ignorance about GST, seemed at one point of time prepared to march into parliament and destroy democracy. The anger against legislators who spoke negatively about GST was palpable, and at times the very vehemence was worrisome. It seemed the picture had successfully been painted by 2 successive governments that if you oppose the GST, you were anti-people. A lot of people asked me, is it because the money bags are few and are shared by the 2 large parties? I said no. This is a false allegation. You cannot pass such a false judgment. No, money bags are not shared. They all share different money bags. It seems once this picture had been, now that the bill has been cleared, and it will be cleared here because of your brute majority, we all assume, and the people have that impression, that problems like unemployment, disease, hunger, malnutrition, crimes against women and children, health, education, all these things are going to turn into things of the past. None of these problems will exist from tomorrow. This is a promise of the government of the day. Historically, the uninformed and the imbeciles have never created a great nation. And it is an accepted fact that indirect taxation is anathema to a developed or a developing nation. Histrionics have only helped despots in swaying public opinion in manners that have eventually harmed the same public. However, my party and all of us, the Biju Janata Dal members of Lok Sabha, support GST. We support this bill not because I am unaware that this will attack and erode the very base of federalism, but because it is told to us that winds of change are blowing and you better be a part of it. We are told India is a union and not a confederation of states. If that be so, why not? I would like to know why not. You think of a system where instead of you having daya, devolving tax to the states, why not have a system where there will be evolution of tax? The tax is collected by the states and that is sent to the center. Because Campa funds, by which my state is affected a lot, is a great example of the inequalities that exist here. And promises, I can assure you as an Orissa, that promises hold no meaning to us. The council will be a great stumbling block, and playing favorites and being biased is the governance system that we have inherited over the past 6-7 decades. one nation, one tax. This tax will benefit, let us be very clear about this, only the large manufacturing corporates alone. They will not have to keep large inventories. They produce and immediately their products are moved. They will not have to keep large inventories, but consumer states of today will benefit. That is what we are told. Then what does that imply? Do you want that people should live on your dole and should remain as consumers forever, not become productive at all ever in future? Giving them a benefit now implies they should remain like that to continue getting benefits. Consumers, let us understand very clearly, can only consume when they have money in their pockets, when they can buy. And money comes to you when you work, when you are employed. You cannot be a consumer sitting at home. So if you want to buy, you have to work, you have to earn a salary. When in a state where you are labeling it as a consumer state, you are not encouraging any kind of productivity, no industry will go to those states. People will not get money. Eventually what will happen? They will remain consumers, their money will dry out, even they will fall into even further disparity and poverty. Productive states like Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, they will be immediately losing. They will not have money to reinvest in their infrastructure. Far too much independence is being given to the executive. I would suggest that we do not leave GST to the bureaucrats. I have a few small worries. Why not people know exactly what is happening to the tax system? Look at what you have done to the fuel, the petrol diesel pricing. You bring it up by 1 rupee, 3 rupees at night, midnight, then you bring it down by 20 paisa, 1 rupee, 10 paisa, people get fooled. Oh, the prices are coming down. Then again you increase it 3 times, then you bring it down once. So you're confusing. But in reality, this huge amount of money you are collecting, where is it going? I urge the center to share 60% of the clean energy fund with coal-bearing states like Bihar, Bengal, Orissa, Jharkhand to take up different development activities. While people in coal-bearing areas bear the brunt of waste, pollution, fly ash, displacement, it is the biggest worry of my constituency, Angul and Dhenkanal, displacement. The center spends the clean energy fund on western states. I would not name the western state because I have a colleague sitting here. He came and he positioned himself here early. And the development in the country is disparate and is not balanced. It is uneven. It is unfortunate that the center has doubled the cess on coal in the National Clean Energy Fund from 200 to 400 rupees per ton, while it has deprived the states of getting its due by not revising the royalty. We support this GST in principle, but we have moved an amendment. Our floor leader, Shri Bhartrihari Mehtab ji, has moved an amendment, and it's in a limited matter, and I hope the government will consider that favorably.
Okay.
Today we are lucky to have a Prime Minister who has spoken out so openly about Gaurakshaks, and he himself, being a former Chief Minister, is very well aware what problems states face, what problems Chief Ministers face, and now what problems your big manufacturing companies have influenced you to create for the states. By taking away the powers of the state government to levy tax, you are making them helpless, you are making them over-dependent on your largesse. However, while supporting this bill, we are also looking at not an ending, but a beginning of a supposedly new order. Let us hope it brings great happiness to people. Thank you, sir.
Sri